You ever wonder what really happens behind the closed doors of a secret society? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on one of the oldest fraternities in the world. We're going to dive right into this century-old manual and decode step by step the ritual for initiating a brand new Freemason.
So, get this. This is a page from an actual Masonic ritual book from the 1910s. And as you can see, it's not written in plain English. No way. It's a complex cipher, a mix of symbols and abbreviations. And it was all designed for one reason: to keep its secrets totally safe from outsiders, the uninitiated. So this cipher is basically a lock. And it just begs the question, right? What exactly is it protecting? What are these secrets that the ritual is designed to reveal? And maybe more importantly, what does a person have to go through to actually learn them? To figure that out, we're going to do something pretty cool. We're going to walk through this document right from the very beginning. We're going to follow the journey of a new candidate, someone seeking to get into a Masonic lodge for the very first time. Okay, but before our candidate can even think about knocking on that door, the Masons who are already inside have to get the room ready. And no, this isn't just, tidying up. It's a formal, totally ritualized process of opening the lodge. So, the absolute first priority, privacy. The manual says the lodge has to be securely tiled. Now, in Masonic lingo, that just means it has to be guarded. So they post an officer called the tiler outside the door, and he has one single job: to keep away all cowens and eavesdroppers, basically to keep out any outsiders or spies. And right here, this is where we can really start to crack the code. You see, each officer has their own symbol. The leader, he's the worshipful master, right at the top. He's assisted by two wardens, and then below them, you've got your secretary, your treasurer, and the junior deacon, and he's the one who's actually responsible for the candidate. The point is, everyone has a very precise role to play in this whole ceremony. So after they've confirmed that every single officer is in their proper place and the room is totally secure, the worshipful master makes this very formal declaration. And with these words, the space is transformed. It's not just a room anymore. It's now a ritually opened Masonic lodge. And just like that, the stage is set and the main event can finally begin. And then there's a knock at the door. Our candidate has arrived. He's formally asking to enter the mysterious world of Freemasonry. But getting in isn't guaranteed. Not at all. Before he's even really considered, the candidate has to answer 3 absolutely critical questions. And he has to answer them upon your honor, which really signals the immense weight of what he's about to say. Now, the second question really gets to the heart of his motivations. See, he can't be there for money or because his buddies pressured him into it. Nope. The only acceptable reasons are purely intellectual and moral. He has to have a good opinion of the institution, a real thirst for knowledge, and a genuine desire to be of service to others. And beyond just his motivations, the candidate has to meet these 4, let's call them essential qualifications. Now remember, this is from a 1910s manual. So he must be a man. He must be freeborn, meaning not a slave. He needs to have a good reputation, and he's got to come with a good recommendation. The crucial point here is that they were screening for character right from the very beginning. Okay, so once his answers are accepted, this really structured exchange happens at the door. It's a very formal call and response. And I have to say, I love the poetry of it. The candidate is described as someone in darkness who wishes to receive light. Beautiful, right? So the master inside checks his qualifications one last time, and then finally gives permission to enter. Permission granted. The door swings open, and the candidate takes his very first steps inside the lodge. And you have to imagine, this is a real point of no return. And the moment he enters, he's met with something pretty startling. The ritual manual is incredibly direct about this. He is received on the point of a sharp instrument, which is applied to his naked left breast. But wait, this isn't about violence. It's all about symbolism. The ritual immediately explains what this means. It's about the seriousness of the oath he's about to take. That physical discomfort is meant to be a permanent mental reminder. The idea is that revealing the fraternity's secrets should be just as painful to his conscience as that sharp point is to his chest. So after that incredibly intense physical and psychological moment, the ritual actually pauses. The candidate is led to the center of the room, and before anything else happens, all the members stop for a prayer on his behalf. And this prayer, it really highlights the spiritual side of the whole ceremony.
They're asking for divine aid. They're praying that the candidate will dedicate his life to service and become a true and faithful brother among them. It really frames this journey not as some kind of social club hazing, but as a truly sacred commitment. And this, right here, brings us to the climax of the entire ceremony. Everything up to this point has been leading to this one moment, that symbolic transformation from darkness into Masonic light. So, the worshipful master, the leader of the lodge, he approaches the candidate, he takes him by the hand, and he asks one final, incredibly profound question.
You can just imagine the scene. The entire room goes silent. The candidate's whole journey, his qualifications, his honor, everything comes down to his answer to this one single question. And according to the manual, this is the only acceptable answer. It's the foundation, the rock, upon which his entire Masonic life is about to be built. And with that simple answer, the master pulls the candidate to his feet. It's this powerful moment of acceptance, almost like a rebirth. By placing his trust in God, he's told he has absolutely nothing to fear. He is now, symbolically, safe. So, as the newly initiated brother is guided around the lodge, the members all recite this verse together. It's kind of the final lesson of the ceremony, and it reinforces the ultimate goal of the whole fraternity, brotherhood and unity. You know, this whole ritual was designed over a century ago to create this shared, secret experience that really bound these men together. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? In our world today, where pretty much any information is just a click away, does a secret that's shared in a sacred space, does it still hold that same power? What's the real value of a secret today?